really use an energy drink right now. Are you okay?
I think he has a fine.
Kerrigan Pie! What is happening?
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
You are winner, Rene.
Good morning, buff babes and bros. This is part 2 of a day in the life of an IFBB Pro. I am still in Houston, and Kendall and I are getting ready to interview Maddie Forberg, which you've seen on my channel before, and Kerrigan Pike, which you've seen on my channel before, for our Know Your Power podcast. If you don't follow that YouTube channel, please go follow our Know Your Power podcast YouTube channel. It's also on all the Spotify platforms. But we're getting ready to interview Maddie, and then Maddie's going to interview me for her podcast. So let's get into it. Hey.
Hey.
She's so cute.
We're chatting it up.
She's got the new hairdos.
Got the inches.
You got the inches. Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I am your host, Rene.
I am Kendall Grabba.
And today, guys, we have been graced with the magnificent presence that is Maddie Forberg.
Whoa!
Like,
the crowd goes wild.
Play clap audio clip.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, guys. It was so awesome to meet you maybe like a month or so ago, maybe a little bit more, but we had such a good time. It was such a genuine conversation, and she told me so much about her friends, where you live, and I was so excited to meet you guys. I was like, maybe we could have a girls' weekend, because it's hard to meet other girls.
Yeah, it's hard, and like I feel like when you have a friend like Julia, like whoever she likes, I'm like, I know I'll like them.
100%.
So I was really excited to meet you, because same, I've been following you a long time, and like I've heard bits and pieces of your story from like social media, but like to dive deep is so much fun.
Thank you for having me. So in high school, I kind of got into fitness. I was working at a gym, and that was kind of the first time I was introduced to lifting. I just thought it would be a cool job. It wasn't like something that I was super passionate about at the time. And one day I saw my friends training at the gym, and they were just like picking up heavy weights and like grunting and like screaming and just being kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I was like,
How I am now.
yeah.
But like that looks fun.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow, it's so cool to see people in the gym that are focused on enjoying it, like the capability of their body, because working at the front desk mixed with my own perception of fitness being like, yep, still gotta lose those last 10 pounds. You're always hearing people saying that. And it was during a time where like powerlifting wasn't as popular, at least in my very small town and where I lived. But I didn't really know anybody that would train for any other reason than to do. My mom did that. My brother didn't really work out very much. He was just kind of go now and then. And none of my friends did either. So it was very refreshing to see that perspective of, I'm gonna go to the gym to celebrate what my body can do and just challenge it.
So many times we think that we have to push and continue to do the thing that people kind of expect us to do. Like Kendall and I were talking about this yesterday, to where I grew up as a wrestler, she grew up doing gymnastics, and like there's a lot of like outside pressure that also gets put on you when you're really good at something to stay with it because you're good at it. And it's like, just because you're good at something, which you're really good at powerlifting, it's hard to move away from that like identity and move into something else, because you are really awesome at it, but there needs to be that level of self-awareness to know, okay, this season is kind of over and I'm ready to move into a new chapter.
Even as a kid, I would give my sister piggyback rides into the house.
Aww.
And so in therapy,
I love that.
Thank you. In therapy, I talked about like, well, I hate my legs, and the therapist being like, well, what's something that your legs allow you to do? And it was like, my legs allow me to carry my sister. It doesn't really matter what they look like. They enable me to do so much. And for me,
That gave me chills.
thank you.
That's just really cute.
Get the goose pimples.
Yeah. For me, getting into wellness is like, this is a category that appreciates the big legs, and
Yeah,
this will help
exactly.
you love them, because that matters.
Exactly. And I feel like the same thing can be with figure as well. Like, women are told all the time to, I think more so, not have a big upper body, and it's only okay to have basically big glutes. So I think like I love that like the figure competitors and like beyond like the more muscular categories are kind of saying like, F you, like I decide what I want my physique to look like, and that's what bodybuilding is. You are bodybuilding into a category and how you like your physique. We all just were like, I picked that one. That's what I picked.
Bye, miss you. Let's get together soon.
Tell me when you come to Austin, and then
I will. I want to come.
We can do a whole thing.
We're doing
A whole thing.
tomorrow.
Okay, guys, we are on to interview number 3, which is going to be Kerrigan Pike, and I'm pretty sure she just drove up. But Kerrigan's an IFBB Pro, and you've seen her on my channel before. She's a bikini pro. So, are you ready, Kenny? Boo boo?
I'm excited. It's been fun so far. Are you having fun?
I'm having a really good time. I'm just really sweaty because we can't have the AC on while we're recording.
I do feel like it's a little draining too, just mentally, because we do get really deep with all our guests.
These are gonna be
pull that shit out of ourselves too.
They're really good episodes. I'm like, I could really use an energy drink right now, but I'm just gonna
I still
go.
have mine in the car.
You do?
It might be like not fizzy and kind of.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
Okay. No, I'm gonna find it.
And not you, Kendall. Move out of the way. Kerrigan Pike! Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I am your host, Julia Rene.
And Kendall Drabo.
And today, guys, we have special guest, IFBB Pro, Kerrigan Pike. I'm trying to be like one of the announcers for the NPC.
That's what Bob sounds like.
Dude,
the
yeah.
one that announced my pro card.
He announced mine too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was so great. I literally heard him in my dreams, like when I would dream of myself getting my pro card. And so today we're gonna really just dive into her story and kind of just figure out who is Kerrigan Pike and who was Kerrigan Pike before she was a pro. So let's start from the beginning. Spare no detail.
On June 10th, 1996.
This is how everyone starts it.
And when we interviewed Maddie, we were like, and then I was born.
Yeah. So yes, I played everything as I was a kid. I've always been really athletic growing up. I grew up with all boys. I have 2 brothers and then a cul-de-sac full of boys and one other girl. But me and that girl grew up like boys.
Yeah.
Played football, kickball, everything in the cul-de-sac. So I've always been like active. Then I did gymnastics. I got my black belt in Taekwondo, which is Junior Olympic for sparring.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
I was really young, so I don't really consider myself like legal anymore. But
Understand.
In other ways.
Myself was, so. My main one, I did 10 years of softball, and that I was going to go to college for, play in college and everything, and there was other sports on there, but I won't go into that. But I actually got a scholarship to play, and then my back birth defect reared its ugly face into my life. And that was like temporary paralysis, like on some day, like it was just, I literally lost some feeling in my legs. And then I did CrossFit because of course the doctors told me like, learn how to play an instrument, you're not gonna be able to move like this for long. But
And you said, fuck you!
yeah,
Look
I
at
was
me
like,
now.
I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start CrossFit.
Where do you think that you got that fight in you? Because I have that as well. Like, it's just that undeniable grit and like unfuckable with.
Yeah.
Like, where do you think that came from? Because I think that only a number of people have that. Like, they want something so bad that they're willing to go that far to get it and put themselves through that.
Yeah, so just being completely honest, I had a very cush upbringing, cush childhood. My dad owns his own business, which is very, entrepreneurship.
Yep.
But I've always thrived through like adversity, and with me getting seconds and like having to work so hard, and maybe I work harder than some people, maybe I don't work as hard as others that have my same predisposition, but like I don't know. I think it's something I can't even explain. I'm just like,
It's almost like
it's
in your
just-
DNA.
I know, it's so, people have asked me this question before, and I'm like, I don't know where I find it, it's just
1 hour later.
Okay, guys, we are done with 3 podcasts back to back to back.
How are you
It
feeling?
was so fucking tiring, but so rewarding at the same time. Like, imagine
Agreed.
like talking for 3 hours and just like about deep, really personal, like awesome
They were
stuff.
all really different discussions though. I feel like
So
with Maddie
different.
we got to go deeper into like mental health, healing, taking a break, and then Kerrigan's far more like hardcore.
Fucking go!
Yeah. So I feel like both dynamics are like really good for us and the audience, but it's still like wildly drastic topics we addressed.
Yes, like we covered
everything.
So much. So I can't wait for you guys to see these because you saw a little bit in this video, but like the actual episodes won't be released for a little bit because we have so much content. Oh no, oh my God, that was weird. Some guy literally just stopped his car.
Fell out of his car.
Fell out like this, like boom. I thought he was throwing up. I'm like, are you okay?
Maybe he was checking his tire.
Maybe like, are you okay?
I think he has a flat, yeah?
I don't think so.
Poor guy.
And we're like, oh well, we're gonna get poke.
Yeah.
So it's literally how we end almost anything that we do. So we're gonna get some poke. Okay guys, we couldn't find a poke place that even came close to Poke House. So we're going to Kava instead, which is just as good. We got avocado, we got feta from Olives, honey harissa chicken, a little piece of pita,
Are you an
salad
olive person?
on the base. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's sad.
It's pretty. You always have pretty colorful ones. This is like looks giant. Ooh, mine is spicy.
Early the next morning.
Good morning, guys. It is the next day. Kendall and I were going to go to the gym last night, but we decided not to because we were so tired. We ate, and then when we got home, I was like, it's kind of like it was raining too, so it was like, it's kind of like a watch a movie, eat snacks.
As soon as we walked into Erica's place, she was like, I feel like it's a watch movie night, and we were like, yes.
That's exactly what we were saying. And so basically that's all we did. And then we just woke up and we're getting ready to head back to Austin, Texas. And we went and did like a kind of like lazy photo shoot at BFit Gym that we went to. People hated us.
Yeah,
some guy got really mad.
I actually stood up for myself
Kendall
for the first time
did.
in my entire life, and I said I was here first, and he said, well, I don't approve of you taking photos, and I said, well, I don't care, I'm taking photos anyway.
She's like,
and then I was already done in that spot, but because he was mean to me, I proved a point and took more photos right in front of him.
Yeah, like
so yeah.
you could tell
I
that.
wasn't in the way.
Yeah.
If I was in the, we're cautious. Like,
yeah,
we literally went to the back room in the back corner, and he decided to set up right there because he saw us and was like, I'm mad.
Yeah, out of all of the places, he like went
still pissed.
directly right there. Like you could tell that he was doing it on purpose, and Kendall was not having it. So it's like, we understand that taking photos can be like it's annoying. Like we understand that's annoying.
I'm annoying.
So we go like on the outskirts, and like if people need to get by, we're like, no, fucking like
also
go.
Ask me to move and I will.
Yeah.
He didn't ask. He put a box. I was standing somewhere
And he put it
and
there.
I moved for a second to grab something, and I went back and he put the box where I was standing.
Yeah.
Like it was
intentional.
very calculated.
But yeah, Kendall's still heated, but we got really good photos. They look so freaking good. But now, actually, truly this time, we're gonna get poke.
Yes.
And hopefully it's as good as Poke House. Yes, we got Buc-ee's. These were the gushers that we were telling you about we got yesterday, and Kendall got...
I opened it upside down. The mini Starbucks first. I can't talk right now.
We both wanted some candy for the road, and I got a coffee. And when I was in there, a guy asked if he can show his girlfriend my quads on his FaceTime.
And in the middle of Buc-ee's.
In the middle of Buc-ee's.
I was like, okay,
It was like pretend this is his phone and his girlfriend's on it, and he goes, can I show your quads to my girlfriend? And she was like, hi. I was like, okay. And then I just flexed him and he's
So
like,
weird.
thanks, what's your Instagram? I was like, what is happening? I did it anyway, so it was a little weird.
I wasn't there, but hearing about it was
Kendall's
hilarious.
like, you did what now? I'm like, I don't know.
He walked past me and like mumbled, "What's your Instagram?" And I just like, I didn't even look at him. I didn't say anything. And while he was passing me, he was heading in her direction. And I was like, I know he's going to talk to Julia.
It was interesting. I just blacked out and was like, okay, fine. So now we're gonna put on my favorite podcast right now, which is True Crime Obsessed. They are so freaking funny. It's like a comedy, true crime, and you guys have to watch it, but I'm gonna play it now. Hello, my loves. We are back home in Austin from Houston. I feel like I say that at least once a week. Like, so many times of going to Houston, but it was so much fun. And actually, in the next video, we are going to be starting a new series. It's gonna be more holiday based, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think. Bye!